Functional range conditioning, shoulder cars, controlled articular rotations. We do our shoulder cars daily to ensure the health, mobility, and longevity of the shoulder joint itself. Give yourself a little bit of room to move around while doing your shoulder car. And what we're going to start with is the body perfectly centered. I don't want my body to tilt, to bend, to twist, or even tilt the head and neck as we do the shoulder car. What you want to do to ensure that that happens is that we create some core tension. You're going to snug up, tighten up the middle of your body, trap a little bit of air down in the abdomen to keep things nice and centered. I'll begin the shoulder car by rotating my hand, palm, and arm out towards the side of my body this way. This is called external rotation. This is our starting position. We'll begin our car by taking our arm across the chest as far as you can over this way. This is called shoulder adduction. Find your end range of motion here, and then continue on with lifting your arm up next to your ear, as high as you can get it and as far back as you can get it towards the back of the room. So as far back towards your ear as you can make that movement happen. Find your end range of motion. From here, we'll transition into twisting from the deep shoulder joint, not just the hand and wrist. I'll see that as a compensation many times. So rotating from the deep shoulder around and back behind us, as far back as we can go into our end range until the palm lands flat on the back side of the pelvis here. So you can see my fingers and palm are faced backwards. We're going to reverse that direction now by going into shoulder extension. Push your arm as far back and up behind you as you can. And again, my palm is faced up towards the ceiling. From shoulder extension, I'm going to then rotate from that deep shoulder joint back into overhead flexion with my arm next to my ear. And then take my arm back across the chest and out to the side. Ideally, we want to make this a smooth circle going through all of it. So I'll speed this up a little bit, and I want you to do this slowly, but you're not going to chunk it into pieces. You want to make this a continual circle as you go, or rotation. So I bring my arm from the starting position out and cross the chest, up next to my ear. Rotate and reach back behind me. My hand lands on my pelvis. I reverse, I push up back behind me. I rotate back next to the ear. I pull my arm across the midline of the chest and back out to the side. I reach across the chest, far as I can, up next to my ear, nice and high. Rotate from the deep shoulder and the armpit, back around, reaching back behind me as I bring the arm back down to the back side of my pelvis. I push up as far as I can, squeezing and then rotating, twisting, back around next to my ear, across the midline of the chest and back out. One of the biggest compensations that I'm going to see in patients and clients' shoulder cars that they want to twist from their elbow and hand. And you can see I can do this, and I'm not actually twisting from here or rotating in the deep shoulder. So consider that to rotate from the shoulder, your hand will follow this, but it should not start with this. I like to imagine that my shirt and my armpit is like a dish towel trying to wring itself out from the deep shoulder, or even like a mortar and pestle trying to rotate that ball and socket as it goes through space. And ultimately, I'm trying to trace the largest circular rotation that I can take my arm through. I'm trying to make this the biggest range of motion that my shoulder or your shoulder can achieve. This is functional range conditioning, shoulder cars, controlled articular rotations.